Hello everyone, we're going to do the next step for our assignment, which is scaling our drawing in our viewport and in our title block, and then saving as a PDF and uploading it to Moodle for anyone who doesn't remember how to do that. So I'm going to go to my model space just so you can see. Notice that these are not actually the parts that you were doing, and it's not labeled. I just kind of copied and pasted just to fill up this, just to have something to look at and to give you guys an example. So you have it done and you're ready again to scale, which is part 5. So we're going to go into our layout here just by clicking our layout tab in the bottom left. Again, we have model space and we have paper space. When we click any of our layouts, we are in paper space. When you click model, you're in model space. Paper space is whatever you set your paper size to. So ours is a standard 8x11 sheet of paper. So that you could print it out on your home computer if necessary. But what we have to do is actually scale our drawing to where it fits inside of this viewing area or this printable area. So notice that right at the end of our status toolbar, at the bottom, it says paper. If I double click inside my viewport, it switches to model. So that's the same thing as if I come over here and click the model tab, it's the same thing. So if I draw a circle, if I draw a couple circles here and I go back to my model space, if I zoom out, those circles are here. Let me delete them. If I come double click, if I draw some circles now that I'm in paper space, if I come to my model space, they're nowheres. That's because you drew those circles in a different space. All right, so this is on paper space. So notice I can select them because I drew the circles in paper space. I cannot select my drawing because, again, that's in 2 different spaces. So what we're going to do is double click inside our viewport, make sure it says model, and notice it has the bold area around it. That bold area is just a visual to let you know that you're in model space. You'll also notice that this view cube pops up. When I double click out, the view cube goes away and your viewport's no longer bold. All right, again, those are just visuals to show you that you're in paper space and model space instead of paper space. So we want to be in model space, so I'm double clicking and I can zoom in and out using my wheel. I can pan by holding my wheel down and then moving. I can also pan by hitting my pan button here. All right, and then exiting just by right clicking, exiting. So again, I can get pretty close just by using my wheel. I can get pretty close. And I would accept that, but I want to show you exactly how to zoom using your zoom window, which is, again, we see in step 5 hitting our zoom window. So I'm just going to pan to center it a little bit. I'm still on my model space. So what I'm going to do is hit Z on my keyboard, which stands for zoom. All right, and if we read our command line, we have all these options. We have all, center, dynamic, extension, all this you see window. We've done the zoom all. That's what we're supposed to do. Every time we start a new project, we're supposed to zoom all. That's one of the things we're supposed to do. But we're going to do a zoom window. So I can either hit W enter, or I can just come down here and click it with my mouse. So it says specify first corner. So I'm going to come and I want to be right inside here. Is my F3 on? Nope. All right. Sometimes it'll let you O snap, or my O snap's on. Yeah. I don't know why it's not letting me, but sometimes you can just click on this corner. But I'm just going to hover, click, and wherever this rectangle is what it's going to zoom in on. So if I just, let's just say I do these 6. So it zoomed in on those 6. So I'm going to do it again, Z, enter. Again, I can hit window, so hit W, enter. It does the same thing, specify first corner. So I'm going to do right inside this box to the other corner here. And then it zooms in perfectly around this, and it centers it in the title block, which is one reason why I would rather you do the zoom window versus just using the wheel on your mouse. Now that it's centered, we can double click out to make sure you're in paper space, and we can zoom without messing it up. Another thing I suggest doing in paper space, or sorry, in model space, is turning this grid mode off, which just make sure you're in model space and then hit grid mode here. It takes those lines off just to make it look more realistic. And the make sure you can look and see if you made any mistakes on any of your drawings. So now that you're here, you can come down, fill out all your information. So project would be assignment 7, I believe. Yeah, assignment 7, isometric drawing. All right, so we have all our information. Now we need to save this as a PDF. All right, since this is just one sheet, we can actually save this differently than we did before. This way is a little bit quicker with just single sheets. So I'm going to come over here to File, hit the big A. I'm going to come to Print, just like we always do. So we hit Print. We pick our printer, but instead of picking your actual personal printer like we've been doing, you can hit Microsoft PDF or any other PDF exchanger you got. Some of you might have Firefox PDF or Fox PDF. You can do this DWG to PDF. You can do the AutoCAD PDF. It doesn't matter which one you use. I usually just always use this Microsoft to PDF. All right, the paper size is letter, which is an 8x11 sheet of paper. If you did a different size sheet, if you did 11x17, you would have to switch that. But all of our parts will be 8x11, so we're going to always leave that as letter. The plot area, plot to what to plot. We want to plot window, just like our zoom window. It works the same way, but it gives us our snaps. So we're going to come to this point and come all the way down to this point. Again, wherever you go with this is what it's going to print. So if I come to these first two, I click that and hit preview, it's only going to print those two. All right, so I brought it to my other screen for some reason. So if you do that and you mess up, all you got to do is hit window again. So it shows you what your window is set at now. So I'm going to come all the way to this corner. We always want to center the plot. That way it's centered on the page. You want to apply it, and then we want to preview it just to make sure everything pops up. All right, I'm going to hit enter. Keeps bringing it to my other screen for some reason. All right, so we hit enter. And again, because it's a PDF, when we hit OK, it's going to bring up a save. And you just want to go save it to your jump drive, wherever you normally save it. And then we're going to save it as assignment 7. I want you to save it as assignment 7 - your name, please. And then hit save. And then again, you always want to check it before you submit it. So I'm going to go find it in my jump drive. Let's see. Again, we're just looking at it, make sure everything pops up, everything showed up, everything's correct. Again, you always want to check your work before you submit it. That's a problem a lot of you guys are having is you are saving stuff as PDFs, but you're not checking it before you submit it, and you're just submitting blank pages, or you're submitting a drawing that's cut off halfway, or your name's not on it. Simple mistakes like that. Again, in real life, those simple mistakes cost you thousands of dollars, and you possibly could get fired. So make sure you're checking your work before you submit it. It's all good. It's what we want. So now we can go to our Moodle, go down to the bottom. Let me switch it to a student role. So we go down to the bottom. You guys have add submission. We scroll back down to the bottom. You have this. So you can either from your jump drive, you can just drag and drop it into there, which is how I suggest doing it, or you can hit this file right here where it says add. choose file, and then again, go find it in your jump drive. It gives you the name right there. I want to upload this file. Did it work? It says it's there, but it didn't show up. It's not showing that it's there, but let's just save it. Let's see. All right, so I hit save. It is there. I can see it right here, but you see how it says submission status, draft? You have not submitted it. It's a draft. You can edit it. You can take this off. You can add files to it, but I personally can't see it. I can't look at it if it's a draft. You have to submit it as a PDF. And this is where I suggest you view your PDF just to make sure, just by clicking it, and it'll open it. Again, just to make sure everything's there. It looks right. It has your name on it, all that good information. It does. So I want to submit the assignment right here. Now it says this assignment is your own work. You just check this box and then hit continue. I know it's a lot of steps, but there's reasons why we have to do all this. And then now you see under submission status, it says submitted for grading. Again, I can actually see it now. I can actually grade it, give you feedback, which is what you want. So that is it. Again, if you guys have any questions, please email me and let me know. I am here. I'm checking my emails regularly. Remember, when you email me, make sure to put your class and your section number and be very specific on what your problem is that you're having. Don't just say, I'm having a problem and can you help me? Like, be specific. That way I know exactly what I need to have prepared when we talk, and then we can work it out. So again, don't be afraid to email me, ask me questions, and I'm here if you need me. So